Thank you, Sarah, and happy first Mother's Day to you. Greetings, you who have found favor. The Lord is with you. Father, Mother God, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of all our hearts be lifted up in thanksgiving and love. I'm back. The backup of the backup. Just saying. The first time I heard the song that Sarah sung was when I saw the play Hairspray in New York with my nieces in 2002. Harvey Fierstein played the role of Mama Edna Turnblad. It was so good. So I was trying to figure out why our senior minister, Darrell, assigned me to preach this Mother's Day. Is it because I was raised Catholic and as a child participated in the May processions and crownings of Mary? How many did that? Yes. Or is it because I'm old enough to be Darrell's mother? Let's see, he has recently stated more than once that he is 39 years old. So it must be true. And I am 70 years old, and that is true. Fabulous, huh? Our special healing prayers, though, go out to Darrell's mom, who is recovering from recent surgery. Yes. So I know it is because my name is Marian, a form of Mary. Fun fact, my parents named me Marian because I was born in the Marian year with my twin sister, Joy. It was a joy to have twins during the Marian year. Looking for my prop, I actually have a license plate from the Marian year, December 1953 to December 1954. I told you, 70. True, that's true. The Marian year is a designation given by the Catholic Church to calendar years in which Mary, the mother of Jesus, is to be particularly celebrated. There has been one in 1954, that's right, CJ, and one in 1987. Today, we stop to remember, appreciate, and honor the extraordinary role of mothers, or those who took on the role of mothers in our lives, both with us and deceased. Amy Carol Webb, a folk song artist and Unitarian Universalist minister, and one of my mentors in seminary, wrote a song titled, I Come From Women. It goes like this. I come from women tender as roses. I come from women strong as stone. I come from women who know no one ever walks alone. Women of wisdom, women of tears, women who stood up and faced their fears, women of struggle, women not free, women who passed the torch to me. We come from women. Her name was Mary. Mary was from Nazareth in Galilee. Her occupation, wife, mother, and homemaker. Mary born to a previous childless couple, Joachim, a herdsman, and his wife, Anna. Her family was poor and lived in an obscure village. Mary was Jesus' mother. Everything we know about her springs from that relationship. Mary was the unique witness to the whole life of Christ in the world, from before his conception in her and his death and even after his death. The earliest New Testament account of Mary is in the letter of Paul to the Galatians, which was written before the Gospels. She is referred to as a woman and is not named. Matthew and Luke, unlike Paul's and Mark's stories, place a virgin in the Jesus stories. In many other religious traditions of the world, the concept of a virgin birth to explain the divine origin of a heroic figure was commonplace. Buddha, Zoroaster, Krishna. Miraculous births through various means are also not uncommon in the Hebrew scriptures: Ishmael, Isaac, Samson, Samuel. John Shelby Spong, in his book, Born of a Woman, a bishop rethinking the virgin birth and the treatment of a male-dominated church, writes, "I don't believe that the story of Mary's virginity enhanced the portrait of the mother of Jesus. To the contrary, I believe the story had detracted from Mary's humanity and has become a weapon in the hands of those patriarchal prejudices that distance everyone's humanity in general, but women's humanity in particular." Something to think about. My next sermon. God invited Mary into a radical, life-transforming experience, and Mary made a courageous choice in affirming God's plan. Even though Mary does not fully understand what God is asking of her, she believes with all her heart that it can and will be done, and she acts accordingly. Of all the books in the New Testament, the writer of Luke gives the fullest account of Mary, both as the mother of the human form of Jesus and a symbol of humanity. Mary is the ultimate disciple. Her attitude of total trust and commitment to God. Mary speaks her last recorded words in the Bible in the Gospel of John, chapter 2, at Cana. At her suggestions, Jesus worked his first miracle during a wedding feast, turning water into wine. At Ephesus, in the common era of the year 431, a group of religious leaders declared that the term Mother of God is a valid term for Mary. In the Greek form, Theotokos, God-bearer, became the touchstone of the church's teaching about the incarnation. Every Christian believer is a God-bearer. Let's try it. Ren, God-bearer. Judy and Rose, God-bearers. Bernie, God-bearer. We come from women. Her name was Sarah. My mother's occupation was just like Mary's: wife, mother, and homemaker. My mother was a fabulous cook and loved to see people enjoy her cooking. On holidays and sometimes on a Sunday after church, there would be someone at our table from the church who did not have a family to go to. My mother was like Mary, who taught Jesus about welcoming outsiders to eat. Full inclusion, radical hospitality, unconditional welcome. Actually, like Sunshine Cathedral. My mother was a great seamstress. She made all my sisters and my dresses. She would beg me to try on dresses. She never did see me in this dress. Mom, this one fits. My mother, like Mary, had a wedding feast at Cana moment. See, when we ran out of red wine at a family gathering, my mother mixed the red wine with a bottle of white wine she had. Of course, it turned the wine cloudy. And I'm not quite sure if that was a way to get people to stop drinking or leave the party early. So my mother never wasted anything. When I'd go and visit, she'd always say, "Marion, do you want this before I throw it out?" So, never got rid of it. I don't know what that meant. Okay. References to food can be found in nearly every book in the Bible. Meals shared with friends. We see many references to Jesus dining with his disciples and people from all walks of life. Sunshine Cathedral creates many opportunities to share meals and expand community. Spiritual life does not go against having a good time. See Carl for Cafe Monarca, right? Carl, all right? I love that on this Mother's Day, we have a fundraiser for our food pantry. Did you all get your Ugly Sisters Deli Mac? If not, I see you have some. We have some after. So we heard today that Marian spirituality is a faith which allows God to become incarnate in our lives. Theologian Elizabeth Johnson explains in her book, Truly Our Sister, a theology of Mary and the communion of saints, that by carrying Christ in our hearts, full of love, we bring forth the Savior into a needy world. So Robert, executive minister as you are, I was thinking of another fundraiser, can't even say it, for Sunshine Cathedral. Okay, so how about selling license plates that say Sunshine Cathedral God-bearer? Huh? Right? What do you think? CJ, you could have it on your tricycle. We could have it on bicycles. We can give it to the dykes on bikes. All right? I'm just saying. It's global. It can be global. It can be all over the world. What do you think? All right, Robert, we'll talk. I thank the women, Mary and Sarah, who passed the torch to me. I would like to read a poem titled, This Girl I Know. There is this girl I know. She's what you would call a deep thinker. You see, she's a pal, a friend, a companion, an artist, a player, and a prayer. And you know something else? She is rich, even though you take away her house, her car, her bank account. There would be her mother, her father, her two sisters who mean the world to her. There would be concern for others. Her kindness, her humility, her sincerity, her beautiful laugh, her humor, her love for life, and her love for God. I am proud to say that I love this girl for all the affection and little things she does from day to day throughout the years. Also, how full she has made my life. But you know what makes this girl beautiful and special to me? She's my darling daughter, Marian. Happy 21st birthday. With love, Mom. And I would say, thank you, Mom. Because, Mama, I'm a big girl now. One more ask of you, right? I want you to raise your hand and proclaim, I am a God-bearer. And I'm going to buy a license plate. And this is the good news.